What are your early memories of Bruiser Brody? The very first time you ever met Bruiser Brody?
Good. You know, he was a good guy.
What was it like to work with him inside the ring?
I was a little stiff, but he's good. You know, he wouldn't hurt you.
Was he ever difficult behind the scenes at all, or?
Well, no, not with me. I really never had any problem with him.
Easy to get along with, and
Yeah, he was.
obviously he was good business for the company.
Yeah, big business. Other than Abby, he was the next.
Obviously, we're going to talk about it. It's a big story. What happened, with Bruiser Brody and Jose Gonzalez and Invader #1 in the locker room?
Well, I really wouldn't like to go into it because I don't know really much of it. The only thing I knew that they had differences before.
I was going to ask you. I mean, did you know that there was heat between the two before their incident? Did you know that there was trouble brewing?
Not really. Not until it happened. That's when all these things came out because neither one of them, they worked together and everything was fine.
Right.
If I knew that there was heat, I would have
separated
them and stopped using one of them.
Now, I've heard different stories. I'm going to just tell you what I heard.
I know. Yeah, I know.
Right.
You must have heard a million stories.
I heard from Victor told me, and a lot of the boys that we've done interviews with said.
What, Victor Quinones?
Yeah. I talked to Victor when I was in the islands a couple times, and he had told me that stemming back in the late, I guess, 70s, early 80s, when Jose worked for WWF as a job guy, that Frank would be there, or Bruiser Brody, and he was a little bit too stiff with him, maybe took him to the limits and didn't pay him respect. And then later on down the line, when
well, first of all, if he told you that, he lied to you because Jose Invader was never a job guy for Vince.
Right.
He was a mid-carder.
Right, as the Invaders when he came into the company.
No, and before that, Jose Gonzalez was not a job guy. I was a job guy when I started in '68 because I was 18. I was what you call a job guy is a guy that goes on TV.
Right.
But Jose was working all the house shows with the Samoans, with the Moondogs, and he was not a job guy. But I don't know what those differences. I didn't know about that until that incident.
So that night, you had no sense that there was ever any heat between the two?
Oh no, that's I would have avoided it because you don't need that.
I was going to ask you if you knew that he was going to.
And our business, I heard of business big time.
I was going to ask you. I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions. You were the very first person, I believe, on the scene after the stabbing took place. And is it true that Bruiser Brody's final words to you were pretty much to ask you to take care of his family?
Not really. I really when we went into the room, that what happened had already happened.
Right.
I just helped him out and we put him on the floor, and the doctor was there.
Where were you?
But I don't remember those words because I was so nervous. Everybody, I never seen anything like that in my life.
Where were you before the actual incident happened? Were you running the show, or were you?
I was in the dressing room there. We were all there. All the boys were there.
You were in the same dressing room as Brody, or
as Brody. We were all there in the same room.
What exactly did you hear? Anything or?
No, they went to the back, the shower.
Right.
And they were talking like they used to talk all the time. So we never thought, I never thought that, that thing was going to take place because I would have stopped it.
When was the first time that you sensed trouble that night? When did you realize something just happened?
When it happened, when the whole commotion, the thing.
You actually heard the screaming, or?
Yeah, I heard it like a fight,
Right.
Yeah, like a fight.
And what happened after you heard the commotion? What did you do?
We went in, and my partner went in, Victor, and we separated them, and I didn't even know that he was hurt, that until the doctor started.
Oh, you saw, was Frank lying on the ground at this point in the shower bleeding? Or?
No, he wasn't bleeding. They were standing there. We separated like you and this kid.
Right.
Started fighting, we just pulled them apart.
When did you realize that Brody had been stabbed?
When the doctor came over.
Did you realize how bad it was at first?
I didn't know, no.
What happened with the ambulance? Why did it take so long? It was like 25 minutes, I guess, before the actual ambulance arrived.
I don't know how long it was, but I don't think it was that long. It took a little time, but I don't think 25 minutes.
When the paramedics first arrived, did they think it was an angle at all, or did they know?
I don't know, really. It's been so long ago and so sad. I really, I would want to talk about this anymore because it makes you sad,
I just have a couple more questions, and we'll definitely move on. Did you ever want to cancel the show that night at all, or did you just?
No, we were so confused, and I don't even know what I was doing. Nobody was.
Do you think it was self?
Because we never had anything like that happen.
Right.
Before or since, and it was terrible.
Do you think there was a cover-up at all? I mean, we did interviews with like Tony Atlas and Savio Vega, and they said that The Office covered up the actual murder. And I mean, do you think there was a cover-up at all?
No. The only guy that could have covered was Jovic and I, and we didn't do that.
Right.
We told the judge and in the courtroom, we said what we saw. We didn't really, because I didn't see any stabbing. I didn't see any weapon. I didn't see anything.
Do you think it was a case of self-defense? Do you think that, I mean, obviously Jose Gonzalez said that, it was self-defense. Do you believe it was really self-defense?
Well, I don't know, really. I don't know. I respect the law.
Right. Dutch Mantel said that when we did an interview with Dutch, he claimed that he didn't receive his subpoena, I guess, until the day after the trial had ended. Do you believe that? Or
I don't know, really. I don't know, because I don't know.
Okay. Well, after...
But the trial, that was a long time after it happened.
Right,
so he must have received it before. I don't know.
How bad did that affect your business, that entire incident? Because, I mean, that was, Gonzalez...
It affected tremendously, in a negative way, because,
right.
a lot of fans, stopped going because they figure, well, this is too much,
Did a lot of the American guys that you booked, I know Abby was one of them, Tony Atlas said they weren't going to work there anymore. How did you take that? Did you take it as a personal insult, or did you
No, they were...
I know they came back eventually.
No, they came back right away almost. We had, we kept running with the same, the young bloods were there. They were sad. We were all sad,
At what point did you say, all right, I'm going to either continue to work with Jose Gonzalez or not work with him? I mean, how did that decision come about for you to continue working with Jose Gonzalez after that incident?
Well, he when he came, innocent, then we couldn't really hold that against him because, we'd be being prejudiced.
Right.
After
that had happened, I believe in 2005, you had the Bruiser Brody Memorial Cup. Do you think that was in poor taste for the company to promote it as the Bruiser Brody Memorial Show, or?
No, because he was one of our great stars.
Okay.
Like we have the Abdullah Memorial, and we have,
Right. All right. How did you feel, I believe, in 1991, Onita, he did the FMW angle where they did the stabbing with Victor Quinones and got Gonzalez, where Gonzalez stabbed Onita in the stomach. Do you think that was done in poor taste, that angle? After
I don't know, really. I had nothing to do with that.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please like this video if you enjoyed it, and click the subscribe button to not miss any of our latest shoot interviews, match videos, or news updates. Support us on patreon.com for $1.99 a month to watch our full shoot interviews ad-free and help our channel grow. Follow us on Twitter at the Hannibal TV for instant updates.